Yes, hello. Good evening. It's Sunday evening. Well, actually, it's close to Monday morning. It's 11:07 p.m. Eastern Time. So it's almost Monday morning. I just wanted to respond to the video. I agree with your video 100% about the schools and how parents need to get involved with their child's education. That teachers need to teach more efficiently. It's funny because I have a good friend of mine, and he's an administrator for social studies for the New York City Department of Education. And he talked about that when he went to the schools, as an administrator, he went to the school to see how the teachers were performing and how they were teaching the classes. He said the first thing that he was worried about is that the teachers are not teaching correctly, that they do not know how to teach. They do not know how to interact with the students. And that's a problem. And also the parents need to do their part too. They need to do their part um, in a sense that they need to uh, get involved more in their child's education, participate in their child's education, and participate in school activities, go to the PTA meetings, get involved in different types of things that the school's offering. And it's just very interesting because I know, especially for parents who are single parents and they work, a full-time job, or they work two jobs, it's very hard. But I think as parents, we need to make that effort because, the children are the future, and they're partially responsible on what goes on in their child's future. So I think that 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 the parents need to do more of a of a of a more interacting with their child's education, and that's what I feel. But also, I blame a lot of these school systems too, because in a lot of these school systems, there's a lot of bureaucracy, too much bureaucracy. Even though they always, report that they're trying to shed away or cut away the bureaucracy, but no matter what they do, it's like the bureaucracy is still there, um, or that bureaucratic atmosphere is still there in these school systems throughout the country. And that's not the way to go when it comes to our children's education. And it's just a lot of things. There's not only one thing that could fix the whole problem. There's different solutions, and people have to know how to work those different solutions. And it's just like that saying, it takes a village to raise a child, and that's very true. And you know before I couldn't quite understand what that meant, but as I get older, I must understanding more and more about that saying, about that comments. And I just feel that we just need to do a better job. And I'm studying to be a social worker. I always loved interacting with people, especially helping people and assisting people in different things, that I could try to help them in. But when I was in high school, I used to get involved with the literacy program. It was it was a program, it was an after school program, for kids, and then after school, the kids would come out of school and they would go to this program, and we used to serve them like a snack, and we used to read to them, and after we read to them, we would tell them to write about what we read to them, or we'll give them books to read and tell them to write about what they read, just to make sure they're doing, they're reading the book, and they're understanding everything they're reading in the book. And with that, with assigning them that project or that assignment, from that we will know if these kids are reading the way they're supposed to be reading, if they're reading at their grade level. And we will find out certain things. And not only with the reading, or reading the grade level or things like that, but we'll find out other things about a child, what they're going through at home, what they're going through in their life, because a lot of times, if you really think about it, the reason these kids, are not doing, they're not keeping a pace with their grade level, with the work at their grade level, like the mathematics, science, or reading, is because certain problems are going on in their household, or their parents are going through a divorce. Any issue could be happening in these children's lives. So I think a lot of these after school programs also help too, and I volunteered for that 2 times, and it was very interesting, and I think you know doing volunteering the after school program, I felt like I was part of the village that was raising that child. And I think we all need to have a heart. We all need to show love, and we all need to help each other. I always tell people that are close to me, or people who are just acquaintances, or just basic strangers. I always say, listen, we're all here to help each other, and we all have that same mentality. This world might just be a better world to live in, but because a lot of people are all for themselves, and people are selfish, and people only care what's going on in their life, this is the reason why we have these problems, and which is the problems we're having in the school systems throughout the country, throughout the United States. All these problems. We're supposed to be the world power, well, right now, because we don't know what can happen in the future, and we're having these problems. I think we could do better than this. So I agree with your video. I think your video is 100% right. It's 100% right on track. You make a lot of sense. Parents need to get involved with their child's education. Teachers need to be teaching more efficiently, and the school systems throughout the country need to shed their bureaucracy and get right to the facts about teaching children. And everything is not standardized testing. It could be part of the goal, but it's not the 100% goal. And that's my input on this whole thing. So keep up the positive work. I love your video. It makes a lot of sense. It's very good thinking. And I always like your video. So take care.